Emily Teaching English.
Listen and learn English with confidence.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Emily Teaching English, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Emily.
Hello, Emily. Hi, everyone. It is so wonderful to be here with all of you for another adventurous conversation.
Today, we are talking about something that every traveler needs to know how to do.
Yes, we are asking for directions, and specifically, how to ask for and give clear directions in English anywhere in the world.
Oh, this is such a practical and important topic. Getting lost is stressful enough without a language barrier on top of it.
Have you ever stood on a street corner in a foreign city holding a paper map and not known what to say?
Yes, so many learners have shared that exact story. They walk up to a stranger, smile nervously, and then just point at their map and hope for the best.
Exactly, and that rarely works because the stranger has no idea what specific place you are trying to reach.
Well, don't worry, because today we are going to fix that together.
By the end of this episode, you will know exactly how to ask for and give directions in English with total confidence.
And don't miss the full directions practice at the end. It is going to feel just like a real moment on a city street.
So, Emily, where should we start? What is the most basic vocabulary we need to talk about locations?
Let us start with street types. In English, the most common ones are street, avenue, road, boulevard, and lane.
Yes, a street is a general word for any road in a city. An avenue is usually a wide street, often with trees on both sides.
And a boulevard is even bigger, like a main road through the city. A lane is a very narrow street, often in older parts of town.
That is a great breakdown. And we also have alley, which is a tiny walking path between buildings.
Exactly. Now, how do you describe where a place is using prepositions? This is the most important part.
Yes, the key prepositions are next to, across from, behind, between, on the corner of, and around the corner from.
For example, the hotel is next to the bank. The cafe is across from the park. The bookstore is behind the library.
And you can say, the museum is between the post office and the coffee shop. Or, the bakery is on the corner of Main Street and Fifth Avenue.
Those are perfect preposition sentences. Now, let's talk about landmarks. Landmarks make directions much easier to follow.
Yes, common landmarks include traffic lights, traffic circles, bridges, fountains, statues, gas stations, and supermarkets.
You can say, go straight until you see a big fountain in the square, or turn left at the second traffic light.
And you can say, you will pass a gas station on your right, or the restaurant is right next to the yellow church.
Those are great directions. Now, how do you politely ask a stranger for directions?
You can start by saying, excuse me, could you help me please? I'm a little lost.
Or, hi, sorry to bother you. Could you tell me how to get to the central train station?
That is a very polite opening. You can also say, hi, I'm trying to find the Grand Hotel. Could you point me in the right direction?
That is super clear. Now, how do you specify where you are?
You can say, I'm currently on Maple Street near the post office, or I'm at the corner of Oak Avenue and 2nd Street.
That is very helpful because the person giving directions needs to know your starting point.
Exactly. Now, how do you understand the directions? This is the tricky part.
Yes, the most common direction words are left, right, straight, north, south, east, and west.
You will hear phrases like, turn left at the next intersection, or go straight for 2 blocks, then turn right.
And you can say, it's on your right-hand side, just past the supermarket. Or you'll see it on the left, right after the bridge.
Those are crystal clear directions. Now, how do you ask for clarification if you don't understand?
You can say, I'm sorry, could you say that again more slowly, please? Or could you repeat the directions one more time? I want to make sure I understood.
And you can say, could you write that down for me, please? That is the smartest thing to do, especially if the directions are long.
That is brilliant. Now, how do you ask about the distance?
You can say, how far is it from here? Or, is it within walking distance?
And you can say, how long does it take to walk there? Or, should I take a taxi or can I walk?
That is super practical. Now, how do you give directions in return? Let us flip the script and help someone else.
Yes, you can say, sure, I can help you. Walk straight for about 3 blocks, then turn right onto Oak Avenue.
And you can say, the library is on your left, right next to the fountain. You cannot miss it.
And you can say, go past the traffic light and the cafe will be on your right, just before the bridge.
Those are perfect directions. Notice the use of landmarks like traffic lights and bridges to guide the person.
Exactly. Now, how do you use public transportation directions?
You can say, take the subway line 2 towards downtown, or get on bus number 34 at the stop across the street.
And you can say, get off at the 3rd stop and walk north for about 5 minutes.
That is very useful. And what if someone gives you complicated directions? How do you confirm you understood?
You can repeat the directions back to them. Okay, so I go straight for 2 blocks, turn left at the bank, and it's on my right. Is that correct?
That is the best way to avoid getting even more lost. People really appreciate it when you confirm the directions.
Exactly. Now, what about asking for help with a map? This is a common situation for tourists.
You can say, could you show me on the map where I am right now? Or, could you circle the destination for me, please?
That is super helpful. And you can say, I'm looking for this address. Could you tell me the best way to get there by bus or subway?
That is a very efficient question. Now, how do you describe a place that's hard to find?
You can say, it's down a small, narrow street behind the main square, or it's on the 2nd floor above the flower shop.
And you can say, look for the blue door with a yellow sign. It's right next to a small bakery.
That is so detailed and helpful.
Now, Emily, I think it's time for us to slow down and look at our pocket words.
Everybody, it's time for our favorite vocabulary spotlight, pocket words.
These are 4 super useful words from today's directions episode that you can put right into your mental pocket and use the next time you need to find your way.
I'm ready, Mark. What is our very first pocket word for today?
Our first word is intersection. Let's say that one more time for the year. Intersection.
An intersection is a place where 2 streets cross each other. You'll often hear, turn left at the intersection.
For example, you could say, turn left at the intersection of Main Street and Oak Avenue. Or, there's a coffee shop right at the intersection.
That is a perfect example. What is our second pocket word, Mark?
Our second word is block. Let's repeat that together. Block.
Block is the distance between 2 intersecting streets. In most cities, 1 block is about 100 meters of walking.
Right. You might say, the hotel is about 3 blocks from here, on your right.
That is so useful. What is our third pocket word today, Mark?
Our third word is landmark. Let's say it again. Landmark.
Landmark is a famous building, statue, or natural feature that's easy to recognize and helps you find your way.
For example, the Eiffel Tower is a famous landmark in Paris, or use the church as a landmark to find the small cafe.
That's a great word. What is our fourth and final pocket word, Mark?
Our fourth word is shortcut. Let's repeat that. Shortcut.
A shortcut is a quicker way to get from one place to another. It often cuts through a smaller street or path.
You could say, take this shortcut through the alley. It'll save you 10 minutes. Or, I know a great shortcut to the train station.
Those are 4 incredible words that will help you navigate any city with confidence. Now that we have these great words in our pocket, Mark, let's polish up our sentences.
Oh yes, it's time for our next fun segment, Smooth It Out.
This is where we take a simple learner sentence and upgrade it so it sounds much smoother, more natural, and just like a native speaker.
Curious. Let's look at our first learner sentence today. Imagine you're lost and you say, "Where is hotel? I no find." How can we smooth that out?
Where is hotel I know find is grammatically very broken. Let's make it sound polite and clear.
To sound more natural, you can say, "Excuse me, could you help me find the Grand Hotel, please? I seem to be a little lost." Or, "Hi, I'm looking for the Grand Hotel. Could you give me directions, please?"
Excuse me, could you help me find the Grand Hotel, please? That sounds so much more polite.
It really does. What about giving directions? Some learners say, "You go here, then go there, then go left." How do we upgrade that?
That sounds like a very confused GPS. Let us add structure and landmarks.
To sound smoother, you can say, "Walk straight for 2 blocks, then turn left at the traffic light. The hotel will be on your right next to the bank."
Walk straight for 2 blocks, then turn left at the traffic light. That sounds so much clearer and more organized.
Exactly. And let's do one more. What if a learner wants to know the distance and says, "It is far or near?"
It is far or near is way too short. To smooth it out, you can say, is it within walking distance from here? Or, how far is it on foot? Should I take a taxi instead?
Is it within walking distance from here? That sounds so much more natural and helpful.
Yes, small upgrades like those make a huge difference.
And now it is time to put everything together.
That's right, everyone. It is time for our real-life practice conversation.
In this dialogue, Emily and I will role-play a realistic interaction on a city street where a lost traveler asks a local for directions. Notice how we use today's phrases, vocabulary, and pocket words in action.
I will be the lost traveler, and Mark will be the friendly local. Let's listen. Excuse me, sir. Sorry to bother you. I seem to be a little lost. Could you help me find the Riverside Art Museum, please?
Of course. The Riverside Art Museum is not too far from here. Are you walking?
Yes, I would love to walk if it is close enough.
It is about a 10-minute walk. Go straight for 3 blocks, then turn right onto Maple Avenue.
Okay, 3 blocks straight, then turn right onto Maple Avenue. Got it.
Then continue on Maple for about 2 more blocks. You'll pass a big fountain on your left.
A big fountain on the left. Got it.
After the fountain, take the next left onto River Road. The museum will be on your right across from the Central Library.
So it is on the right, across from the library. Could you say that one more time? I want to make sure I understood.
Sure. After the fountain, turn left onto River Road. The museum is on your right across from the library. You cannot miss it.
Thank you so much. You have been incredibly helpful.
You're very welcome. Enjoy the museum.
And cut. Wow, Mark, that was such a clear and helpful directions exchange.
Thank you, Emily. And to all of our amazing listeners, see how a few prepositions and some landmark words can make any directions conversation easy.
You don't need to know every street name in the city. Just learn the basics. Left, right, straight, block, next to, across from, and you'll be ready to explore.
That is the absolute truth. You're going to feel so much more confident on your next trip.
Thank you so much for spending your time learning with us today.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to Emily Teaching English. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave us a comment telling us the funniest time you got lost.
Keep practicing your English every single day. Explore the world with confidence, and we'll see you right back here next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.